That is a extremely cheap footwear that I bought from an online platform. Tomorrow, if it tears down or I lose it, I really don't care a damn about it, right? But how many of you are really emotionally attached with your footwear? Can I have a raise of hands? That's like okay, that is more than I expected. Nevertheless, so today I'm going to tell you a story. There's no humor, unfortunately, but nevertheless, I'll tell you a very emotional story about two people. Okay, and that entire shoes is the central uh, kind of bedrock of the entire story. Now, this is the life is about two people. One is a 9-year-old Ali, and another one is his sister, 7-year-old Zara, and how the shoe plays an important role in their life. Majid Majidi, in his famous film, Iranian film Children of Heaven, talks about this setting where the scene kind of starts with a shoemaker tying a very torn out, worn out kind of a pink colored, really tiny shoes. Ali picks it up, goes to the market, puts it outside the shop, and starts shopping vegetables. His mother has asked him to shop vegetables. Now, a rack picker, kind of like carrying a cart, goes to the vendor and asks him, "Can I pick up the empty cartons?" The vendor nods, and he picks up all the kind of empty carts, puts in the cart, and goes. In that was also this shoe. Now we later find out this shoe belongs to his sister Zara. They come from an extremely poor family. They are living in South Tehran in a tiny one-room apartment. They're behind on rent, and the father does one job, and for him to buy another pair of shoes for his daughter, he has to borrow money. The kids are scared. Ali especially is scared because he has lost the shoes, and his sister tells on him he'll be thrashed. He devises a plan. They go to different schools at different times. So Ali says that I'll lend you my worn out white sneakers. Zara takes it and goes to school every day. But that's not a sustainable kind of a solution, because Zara has to skip her last period, rushing, give the shoes to Ali. Ali has to sprint, and he's invariably late for his first class. What do? Ali is also helping his father when they're going up in North Tehran, trying to find extra money, pick up some jobs for extra money. Ali's father is talking to rich households, and there is one particular household where a little girl is playing in the garden, and Ali's father is wanting to take up a gardening job. The girl looks at Ali and says, "Come play with me." And the father of that girl says that I'll give you the gardening job only if you bring Ali every time you come here, because then my daughter will be entertained. So that's how they pick up the job, again because of Ali. But then again, calamity strikes. When they're going down, his father is riding the bike, they crash. It's a minor accident, but they again go back to the same position. Their injuries, you have to pay for the medical bills, they again don't have the money. Every time they are faced with the film comes to, every time there comes to a situation where they're close to getting the shoes back, there's something that pegs them back. That's life for you. Zara finds out that her old shoes are now being worn by her own classmate. She plans to get it back from her. But then she finds out that the father of the owner is a blind person, and her financial condition is even worse than what she is. She abandons her plan of getting the shoes back. Another place where we can see that kids sometimes can be more generous, large-hearted, and sensitive than we adults are. Finally, when we're coming to the finale of the film, there's a race that's going on. It's a district level race, a 4-kilometer run. Ali has registered for that. Why? Because one of the prizes is a shoe. He doesn't have the money to get it back, but maybe if he wins this, he can get the shoes back. Ali has missed the deadline. He begs in front of his faculty, "Allow me to participate in the race." After a lot of begging, he's allowed. He's running. We as the audience in good films are always involved with characters. We cheer them on. We egg them. We want them to win. Here we are also doing the same for Ali. We want Ali to win. And Ali is behind in the race. But nevertheless, he marches forward. Right at the end, when everybody is lunging, he lunges forward and he wins the race. And we are like going fist pumping. Yes, Ali, you did it. At the podium, he's standing there holding the trophy, but he's crying profusely. And we are like, maybe those are tears of joy. Well, it's not. The shoes were allocated for the winner who comes second on result. The person who comes second and wins have separate awards. An extremely symbolic kind of a moment where the victor is the most disappointed. We are teaching kids to compete and win all the time. But our goals may be different. I may not want to come first. I may be happy with coming third. Maybe that is my objective. And that is what the film talks about here. I'll talk about, this film is completely blown away with symbols, like so many symbols are sprinkled. But I'll just talk about the shoe and what does it symbolize. A shoe protects us from the ground, the harshness of the ground, right? It's a symbol that their father have given them 2 shoes to protect them from the outside world. It's also a sign of liberation. Set in Iran, which is very dominated by a certain government, it's their liberation. If you wear shoes, you get to go to school. If you go to school, you get a brighter future. That is what the shoe symbolizes, brighter future. Visual aids are used to communicate a point. Mostly in art, literature, or even boring PPTs, what we do is we try and use symbols as metaphors and as analogies to make a greater point. Here, the shoes talk about their better future and the geographical, social, political, and cultural environment of Iran. Thank you.